This is something I realized myself in my prep. At a much later stage, the aspirants are more worried about the calculation rather than understanding data. Hi guys, my name is Pratik Joshi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking with you regarding certain common mistakes that aspirants make in the IR section of the GMAT exam. Also, I'll be putting my insights on whether I've committed these mistakes or not. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So common mistake number one is that aspirants are more worried about the calculation rather than understanding data. I don't know why this is the usual thing, how aspirants think that whenever you see a particular data, we always go and solve it out rather than reading the question first, because sometimes the question is so easy it will just take one or two steps to get the answer. This is something even I made a mistake at, because whenever I used to see a particular data, I used to directly write it all down and then get into calculating that data. And when I used to read the question, the answer was so simple that I was like, I solved so much and I already know the answer. So please don't do this mistake, guys, and learn from these common mistakes. That this is somewhere you can save a lot of time and get a lot of right answers in the IR section. Common mistake number two is that aspirants spend too much time on one particular question and they are then stuck with a lot of questions to answer with a very less amount of time. So one thing I would like to tell you all is that IR section is not like the verbal and the quant section. Here, if you skip a particular question, this does not affect the coming questions which are already lined up for you in the IR section. So whenever you don't understand a particular question and you feel that I may take some extra time here, directly skip the question and go to the next question. Now, by skip, I don't mean that you don't answer it. Please answer something, take a random guess and move on to the next question, because I would recommend that you don't waste a lot of time on one question that you're not sure about, rather than spending no time on a question that you could have solved easily if you had the right time with you. So please be wise and spend your time very efficiently when it comes to the IR section. The third common mistake that aspirants make in the IR section is that they are not aware about the different ways in which data can be represented. There are different type of charts and graphs in which data can be represented in the IR section. So please do your homework well and go through all the charts and graphs before you start answering the questions in the IR section, because you never know from which part or which combination of graphs or charts can appear in the GMAT exam. So please work hard in the initial round so that you don't have to guess which graph or chart it is in the IR section. The fourth common mistake is not practicing daily. Sometimes the aspirants are too worried about getting a 700 plus score that they are not at all worried about the integrated reasoning and the analytical writing section. But please don't do that, guys. If you are ignoring the integrated reasoning over quant and verbal, then that can form a huge negative perspective about you when someone sees your GMAT score, that you have a 700 plus score when it comes to the verbal and quant section, but the IR you have just got a ranking of 2 over 8. So what I would say is that practice at least 5 to 10 questions every single day when it comes to the IR section. This will help you with your skills, with your analytical skills when it comes to observing different graphs and understanding different data. The fifth and the final mistake is something that we all do in our day-to-day lives. This is something that even I have got wrong when I was working on the IR section, which is whatever data we see on screen, we write the same data down on whatever we are working on. It can be pen or paper, it can be the physical whiteboard, or it can be the online whiteboard. The usual human tendency is that we can see the data, we can make the changes here itself, we can solve the errors here itself. So all that I can offer you here, guys, is that don't do this, because this is something I realized myself in my prep at a much later stage, that it's better you analyze the data on screen rather than writing it down, because that leads to wasting a lot of time. Also, you can make simple mistakes, like if there's a 38 on screen, you can write it as 32. This is something I've made a lot of mistakes at, so I just want you all to not make those mistakes and get a much better score in your IR section. So that is it, guys, for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If this video has helped you in any way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you have any queries or questions for me, drop them down in the comment section below. I'll be seeing you for the next video. So until then, be happy, stay safe, and all the best for your prep.